us in, babe.
Welcome to
Coco Caliente. So, Nicole's favorite. Is it considered a holiday?
I don't think so.
It's not a holiday. It's just a day.
Yeah.
A day that people enjoy to celebrate. But it's not a holiday. People celebrate the day.
Right.
Are you yawning?
Yeah.
Are you already tired of me?
Yep.
Wow. Pitiful. Anyway, so what's coming up? Or what would
What's
have
just
been already
passed?
passed? Yeah.
Halloween.
And so you would say that's your favorite.
No.
Halloween isn't your favorite.
I love fall. I love Halloween time. But I think Christmas time might beat it. But fall is my favorite season.
I
did tell you that I love Halloween.
Oh, okay. So I'm not just making this up.
I do love Halloween. But when I come to think of it, it's kind of like it's changed now. Because it's kind of like, once I have kids to dress up, I think that'll be fun. But having to like coordinate a costume, I mean, it's in a couple days and we have no costumes. And I'm like scraping over here like, what are we going to do?
So is it because... Okay, so for you, is it Christmas because of the family aspect of Christmas?
Yes.
Okay, so...
I like the food, the gathering, the warmth, the waking up together, playing games, kind of being trapped in the house because it's snowing. Mm-hmm. And then for Halloween, I love it because I love Halloween Town movies. I love like Hocus Pocus, and I love like the scented candles and the apple pies and the dressing up is fun, too. I would love to go to Halloween Town. That is a dream of mine.
And that is something that's on the list for us to do.
Yeah, it's in Oregon.
Yeah.
Oregon,
and
however
it's really cool. And every year they have actors from the movie Halloween Town come and talk to and meet people. And they have everything's all set up just like the movie.
I had such a good childhood with like Halloween, I guess, from experience and like watching the Disney Channel movies. That's what it brings me back to. And like... That's why I love it so much. As far as dressing up and like outfits is fun too, but I'm totally past the phase of trying to be sexy or cute or hot. I'm like, I want to be scary or warm or like.
Well, the thing is, and that's the interesting thing about me, I was never really into Halloween. Mm-hmm. Especially in college, Halloween would come around, people would get all giddy and like want to dress up. And I would make something up the night of, right? So I used to box, and then so I had some boxing stuff in my room, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll be a boxer.
So you're like the girl that's like, oh, I'll just be a cat.
Yeah, whatever, right? But not trying to be like sexy or anything, right? Not trying to flaunt anything at all.
Right.
Just like everybody's about to go out and for Halloween, and I want to go out, but I don't really have a Halloween costume to go out in.
And I like to go all out or nothing.
Yeah.
But I do like to be cute. I take that back. I'm just over the sexy part of it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, there's a difference between cute and sexy.
I don't think I ever hit where I wanted to be sexy in a Halloween costume. And
like
so,
the nurse or the cat.
And it's just kind of like... I avoid those. So it kind of makes it hard for me now because that's like all that's out there when you go to a Halloween store. Like we were cows. And then I ordered that Beauty and Beast one. That one was good.
That Beauty and the Beast one did work really well. And this year we're going for something
scary. As of now, we really have not. I'm going to ask my neighbor to help me sew some stuff together.
Right? So our fallback plan is scary clowns.
Yeah, like scary clowns is our second choice.
We have somebody supposed to be doing our face paint. And so hopefully... It doesn't matter what we are; they can paint our face for it. So we just got to figure it out.
Yeah. So that's the whole gist, and we're going to Grand Rapids.
Yes, we
are. And we're
are
going to visit my best friend Mariah and her boyfriend that she's had for like. Almost a year, and I haven't ever met him.
We haven't met him at all. Seen a picture, maybe. So for me, though, it's funny because now that we have a house and kids came to the house to trick or treat last year, I really enjoyed it. So I had the table set up outside. We had full size candy bars. You heard it here. So if you come by, we
have quite a few kids. I'd say like 150 to 200.
Yeah,
it's not like 300, but it's not like only 50.
Yeah, and so if you come, currently it's the Franzel Arroyo house, and soon to be the Arroyo house.
It'll be hyphenated, though.
It'll be the Arroyo house. We're not going to have a hyphen on. No, it's the Arroyo house. if you come by, you're going to get a full-size candy bar and a big smile.
Not this year. I won't be here.
Well, not this year. I'm just saying generally.
So I won't be here this year because I'm on a women's bowling league on Thursdays, and they decided to like have it on Halloween during trick-or-treating hours. I'm like, what the heck?
Well, I won't be here anyway.
Anyways,
so it didn't
one
work
girl
out.
on our team has kids, and so of course she should definitely take it off. So we can't take it off because we have no more subs. Well, I was like, Vic, should I get a bunch of pop and just like say, please take one? I feel like kids are pretty, they'll honor that, I thought.
Yeah.
And they're heavy, so you can't like steal a bunch of pops. And you could take like 10 candy bars, but you really can't take 10 pops. So if I do anything, I might leave out like pops.
Why don't you leave out 2 liters?
No.
Just a 2 liter.
That's just that's inconvenient.
Yeah, if you guys want something, look, there's 32 liters out there. Actually, there's 110 2 liters out there. 1 per person. Please respect.
I think it's good to be consistent in the fact that we can't be consistent this year because you won't be here and I won't be here. It sucks.
I mean, it is what it is. But last year, I'll tell you guys, it was so awesome because I was so excited. We had the table. I had my cooler out there with some beers. I had the music going. I had all the candy, and the kids would come up. And
he was in his cow outfit.
I was in my cow outfit, and Nicole was walking around. It was fun.
Yeah, it was.
It was a good time. I really enjoyed that. And so I'm looking forward to, and sad that I can't do it this year, but down the line to be able to do that every year. So now I enjoy it. Before I didn't really enjoy it. So that's that.
That's cool. I'm glad that you enjoy it now.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just one of those things. And I do enjoy Christmas more though. And Thanksgiving, like those family times with the big meals and everybody gathered around.
My dad is such a big Halloween guy, and my mom is she's so into Halloween with like the candy and like giving the
yeah, they
she
are.
gives like bags of stuff. And well, my dad loves to dress up and scare the kids. So it's also a family event. It's also a family affair. I think that's why I love it too.
But it's not as much as like Thanksgiving and Christmas. No. You know what I mean? That's a real just family bonding.
I love Thanksgiving. I mean, I love Christmas, but Thanksgiving is like, it's just a lot of food, I feel. I just go into too much of a food coma. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Coco Caliente is brought to you by Noemi. Shopping for fine jewelry can be more than a little bit overwhelming. It can be hard to find the gorgeous piece that perfectly complements your style. It can be even harder to know whether you're getting the best value for the price, especially considering the fact that most fine jewelry retailers mark up prices by 500 to 1,000%.
Noemi also offers a lifetime warranty and free shipping and returns on every product, including engravings and custom designs. You can even get a no-interest monthly payment plan over 4 months with no hidden costs or extra charge. They have 5-star ratings and thousands of online reviews. Noemi is the safest place to buy jewelry online.
If you're looking for the finest quality jewelry from a luxury brand you can trust, look no further. Go to hellonoemi.com/Coco to see their collections and get $50 off your first purchase with promo code COCO. That's even a better deal on the top of spending a fraction of what you'd pay for other luxury brands. Just go to Hello, HELLO, Noemi, NOEMIE.com/Coco. And don't forget to use promo code COCO for $50 off your first purchase.
Coco spelled C-O-C-O. Thanks.
Well, anyway, holidays aside, we have a fun guest today, and I think you guys will enjoy.
Tommy from Big Brother 21.
Yes, so the Broadway dancing star.
Yep.
So we're going to have him on, and we really
catch
hope
up
you guys
on what
enjoy.
he's doing since Big Brother's over.
Is he still doing Broadway?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
I came up with Weird or Normal.
No, you did not.
Yes,
and
I
look,
did.
I just started. Nicole and I are getting ready for this podcast with Tommy, and she's mad because I come up with the Spanish word of the day, and she's like,
"Why did you think?" Okay, you're so crazy. We were arguing, and then he hits record.
I had to hit record because this is worthy of this. I want somebody to chime in because I 100% came up with both of those segments.
I don't think you did.
Before we started this podcast, I said, hey, look, we should do segments, like some fun stuff that we can do. Something like Spanish word of the day and people learn how to do Spanish or whatever. And then I was like...
I don't think you did. I'm the one that came up with this segment.
You know how I know? You know how I know I came up with the Weird or Normal? Because what was the first thing that we talked about? Because that was the example that I gave.
What? I don't remember.
The butter.
No, I said that we should start a weird or normal segment because you always say how everything I do is weird.
No.
Okay, do you guys remember on Big Brother that one time when Victor thought that he was right and it was actually on film?
I'm telling you.
And I was actually right because...
Nicole, why were the first few ones that we did was... The butter being out, because I gave you examples of these before we even did it the first time, was the butter. Stop twirling your glasses, please.
We're not
put
putting
those
this
down.
On air.
Yes, we are.
No, we aren't.
Yes,
I edited it. You don't.
The butter being out, your feet being dirty, and then you thought, when I said the feet being dirty, you said, oh, the socks, how you always are in socks.
Just because you came up with things that I did weird doesn't mean you came up with the segment, Victor.
I came up with the segment and gave you examples about the segment.
I listened to Amy Schumer's podcast, and I was like, I like how they have segments. Let's do segments.
Okay. I came up with the weird or normal segment.
No, you didn't. And don't close your eyes when you're talking.
My gosh. I 100% did.
No, you didn't.
We're going to have to agree to disagree on this one, but I 100% came up with it.
You didn't.
I did.
You didn't.
I
didn't.
I'm going to hit the button as soon as... Okay, that's ridiculous. I did. Welcome, Tommy.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
I'm so good. How are you guys?
Good.
Fabulous. Not complaining at all.
It's so cool to talk to you guys. I've loved you guys for so long.
Oh, really?
I'm excited to talk to you. Hearing your voice and like I'm really having a conversation with you.
You're not going to cry, Tommy, are you?
No, I'm not going to cry, but I'm so excited. Oh, my gosh. It's just insane. This whole new world.
The Big Brother world.
I love it.
I know. It is. It's fun. It's like a
small
little
Oh, my gosh. It's amazing.
Group,
Last night I was in Louisville, Kentucky. So random. But a guy from BB14 lived right down the block, and he came out and met me. His name is Will. Do you guys remember Will Schuster, whatever his last name is?
Yes. He's the one that used to make those like parody videos.
Yeah, he mentioned that. I never saw them, but he mentioned it. I gotta check them out.
Yeah, they're hilarious. I don't know if he still makes them, but when I was on 16, he made them, and it was pretty funny.
Oh my god, I'm so excited! Yeah, I gotta watch them.
So
so this whole Big Brother world is amazing. I love it.
Yeah, how are you? How is it adjusting in from? I guess. I mean, I don't know. Where should we start, Victor? I know there's so much.
So we can go here and then we can just reverse backwards. But yeah, how is it for you now? Because we consider ourselves Z-list celebrities.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what we are. Z-list celebrities.
So how is it for you now being exposed to that little taste of it, you know?
It's really cool. It's that's not the hard part coming out of the house. The like major adjustment was I feel like my family is so amazing. They were so supportive this whole entire summer. And when I got out of the house, I kind of feel like I felt like disconnected from them, to be honest with you. And it was weird, and I didn't expect that at all.
Right.
I it was just hard for me to just jump back into the old me. Like, I feel like I kind of am changed a little bit. And like, I was just trying, like, I feel like as soon as you come out of the house, part of you is still left in the house. Like, you're not fully out yet.
Yeah.
So even though you're with people, like my family and stuff, I feel like part of me was still left in the house. And it's just now, like a month later, I'm starting to feel like myself again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
so it was weird for a sec.
It is weird. And I feel like you feel so close to the people in the house that were once strangers, and then it's kind of like, well, you and Christie knew each other, so you definitely have like a different experience with that. But like even these strangers become so close to you because, that's all you knew for X amount of days, and you got, so...
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but it's good. I'm starting to feel like myself again, so I'm happy.
Yeah, and a month is honestly not a long time, and I don't know about you, but for us, it was like still like, okay, where's my microphone, or am I going to get yelled at, or what? That's all you knew for that time, and people don't understand that just becomes your life, and so then coming out to all the stimulus of the world, and everybody's vying for your attention, and you got family like cousins of cousins messaging you on Facebook, like, dude, I don't even know who you are, and you're like,
I know, and it's hard to balance it, and that, like, I don't want to sound like a dick, but it was like, it was just like really hard to balance my relationships, that I had before I went into the house with like this momentum. I want to use this momentum. I wanted to work with my career. I wanted to, push me to something else. I want it to lead to something else. So I'm trying to like capitalize on this time, but also connect and give the time to the people that have supported me this whole entire summer or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was a lot, but I feel really good now. For the first time, I'm really happy.
Yeah. So let's reverse back. Let's because there could be some of our listeners that don't watch Big Brother at all. So let's pretend like we don't know who you are. All right.
Amazing. Z-list celebrities. No one knows us except for Big Brother fans, and there's not that many of us.
So let's rewind back before Big Brother. What was Tommy doing? What were you up to? What was life like?
So my life was great. I am obsessed with life. I really am. I'm a dancer I was in a Broadway show. I was in Pretty Woman, the musical. And the show actually closed while I was in the house. And I found out on finale night. There was no way that I could find out. But I was supposed to be back on Broadway. October 6th was my return date. And the show closed. It wasn't selling as great as they wanted it to. So I'm, now I'm a free agent. But before this, I was doing Broadway shows. I did the Broadway show Newsies, and then Pretty Woman. So that was my thing.
So can you go to other Broadway shows though, right? So you can
or just in general. Yeah, how does that?
I love going to shows. Like I'm in Staten Island, so I'm right near the Manhattan. I grew up going to shows. My parents would take me, and I loved it. I really did. I went to high school for the performing arts, which is like the school that the movie Fame is based off of. So I went there and I just started dancing at a young age and performing at a young age, and I fell in love with it and I stuck with it.
But you can apply to be in other Broadway shows, right?
How does free agency work?
That's what I was curious about. Since Pretty Woman's not doing it anymore, but you can still definitely get a part in another Broadway show, right?
Yeah, 100%. Okay. It's really tough to book a Broadway show, though. It's it's really hard. So I'm gonna have to start auditioning again, which is great. I'm excited for it, and I'm happy that I get to enjoy this time, because I actually think it would have been really hard for me to go right from the experience of Big Brother to going back on a Broadway stage where you have to be on and you have to be performing.
For sure.
To go from one to the next would have been really tough. So I think it was just kind of meant to be this way, that, I have time off now and I have time with the family to decompress and adjust again.
Definitely.
But in time I will start auditioning again, whether it's for TV, film stuff, or Broadway, whatever it is. Hosting I love to do too. Yeah. So who knows what'll happen, but that's what I was kind of doing before Big Brother.
Was this the first season that you applied for, or how?
Nope. I started watching season 14.
Okay.
And I started applying every year after that.
Okay.
Wow. That's consistent.
I think I missed. I know. I really wanted to do it so bad, because you know what it is? As a performer, I'm constantly I have to be, not tested. I don't know if test is the right word, but what I do for a living is these experiences that I have. They test my talent. They test what I can do.
Right.
Big Brother tests your morals. It tests who you are, your integrity. It tests it's more than talent. It's who you are. And there was something so appealing to me about that. And because I'm a performer, so when I work with a new show, I meet a new cast. And when I work with this new cast, these people come from all over the world. They move to New York to do Broadway shows, to do these regional shows. So I am used to working with people from all over the place. I'm used to getting along with people from all over the place. I've been doing that my whole entire life. So I knew that I would have a great social game, that it would be easy for me to get along with everybody. I'm athletic because I'm a dancer. I just felt like I could really thrive in the house and do well. So that's kind of why I wanted to do Big Brother for so long. But I think it was because I'm a performer and an actor that they pushed me away for a while, because they want real people. But the more that they got to know me, the more that they saw the real side of me, and that I'm not just an actor, that Tommy Bracco, the person, wanted to be in Big Brother, not Tommy Bracco, the actor.
Right. One of my favorite companies is Function of Beauty, because not all of our hair is the same. And that is so crazy that it took so long for someone to figure that out. But Function of Beauty is a customizable shampoo and conditioner. So you put down your 5 hair needs, which mine, I love volume, I love shine, I love to moisturize my scalp, and I also do like the purple shampoo because I get highlights. So you can pick especially whatever you want. If you want to lengthen, if you want to strengthen your hair, you pick those goals, and you get to customize the scent. Or if you don't want a scent, that's fine too. You can pick no scent. You get to pick the colors of the bottles. Victor actually, he even has his own Function of Beauty bottles in the shower.
I do. That's my secret.
Because he was stealing mine. But yeah, so you can do dye-free, fragrance-free if that's something. Your name is printed on the bottle. They're vegan and cruelty-free, safe natural ingredients. And it's the internet's top-rated customizable hair brand.
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
So,
and they never use sulfates, parabens, mineral oils, or anything that would be harmful. So
you guys can receive 20% off your first order. To redeem, head to functionofbeauty.com/Coco, COCO, and take the hair quiz. This quiz will figure out, what you're looking for. And it ships to the U.S. and many other locations worldwide. So go to functionofbeauty.com/Coco to get 20% off your custom formula. For you and Christie, did you have any idea she was going to be in the house?
Nope, I had no idea. And it was really tough.
Crazy.
It was really tough because, I'm such a family guy. Mm-hmm. And, my aunt and Christie dated for, I think, 7 or 8 years. Mm-hmm. And they were on and off the whole time. And they had a house together and they broke up. And they broke up just a few months before Big Brother started.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Super recent.
So it was pretty nuts. It was really fresh. And, when we got out of the house, there was so much backlash about people saying they had an advantage because they knew each other. But it really could have gone either way.
Yeah.
I mean, we could
you guys could have not worked together because she was an ex of a family member.
Right.
Where you could have been I want,
It could have been a bad thing, actually.
You guys
it could have been a really bad thing. It was really scary also thinking about my family, how they were handling it on the outside. I had no idea.
How did they handle it? Yeah, how did your aunt and, how did all that play out afterwards?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the easiest. It was definitely a really tough situation. It tested all of us, and it was really hard on everyone kind of the whole entire summer. But my family is amazing, and they're extremely supportive. And, we just kind of said, these are the cards that we were dealt. We have to just deal with it together. And that's why they're the fucking best, my family. My aunt, it was really hard. It was hard for her, but she did a great job, and she was so supportive. She couldn't watch just because it was too hard.
Right.
But
I figured it would be really hard to watch. That's how I would feel. Is if that was my, if I put myself in those shoes, I'd want to watch, but it would be hard to watch.
Mm-hmm. And I knew that was going to happen, and I was thinking that in the back of my head the whole entire summer. Mm-hmm. But my aunt didn't want to be involved. So she, I couldn't even talk about it, even if it was on the feeds. I just didn't speak about it. But there was paranoia as far as that goes, going through my head and my mind the whole entire summer.
God, that has to be tough.
And did your aunt not know that, because they had broken up, that Christie was going on it and she didn't know you were going on it, and then for both of you to be on it, that she has a connection? Oh, okay.
There were rumors that we were both in for it, but
Oh, okay. So she had some kind of warning. She had some kind of warning.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we were told they would never cast 2 people from Staten Island, with the same accent that are gay. Never in a billion years. It's going to be one or the other.
Yeah.
And I had heard a rumor that she was an alternate. So I was like, it's me, it's not her, yay.
Yeah.
And then that's why I was genuinely shocked when I saw her walk in the door. It was insane.
It is crazy that they picked you. They knew you guys knew each other, and it wasn't a twist or anything. And there's so many people in the world to choose, and then you end up with your aunt's ex of 7-8 years. It's what are the freaking odds?
I know. It's really it's meant to be. How about the fact that I had been trying out for the show for so many years, and I happened to fit the puzzle this year, the year that she was going to get on. It was so insane. The whole thing was so crazy. So, I feel like it's kind of meant to be. I feel like I don't know if I believe that that's just a coincidence. I think that it was kind of meant to happen that way. And I think we did a good job, and I'm proud of the game that we both played, and I'm proud of my family for handling it the way they did. And, we just try and move forward and see how we could deal with it now. It's crazy.
And then you and Christie are definitely staying super close from that experience, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I love her. I mean, and that's part of the problem is that we are so close now because we have this bond, and that's never going to go away. We're going to be bonded for life, and I love it. I'm happy about it.
And that's what some people don't understand. Like, and I'm happy that Nicole and I have that, right, in a sense, right? Because we were on the same show. But like, for example, me and Paul from my season, he can have his closest friends for a long time, but me and him have a bond that nobody else have.
It's like a weird bond. Like when we talk about Paul, it's like, we don't talk to him a lot, but when you don't mess with Paul, like we love Paul. Yeah. Paul's like one of our best friends. It's like this weird mindset of like we'll do anything for each other.
And when I see him and when we hang out, and especially because we did like post Big Brother stuff together a lot. You know, we went to a lot of events together and hung out a lot. And so we have this thing that you can try to explain to people what's it like being in these situations, but he's the only one that knows because he was the only one there with me. And then now when we see each other, it's like, we might not have talked for the last 3-4 months, but when I see him, it's like picking up where we left off, you know?
Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know how to describe it. There's kind of no words, but I literally just feel like it's us against the world. Like I have their backs, every single one from that house. I'm obsessed with all of them. I love them all. You know, there was some people don't get along with other people, but I get along with every single one of them. I'm obsessed with all of them, and I would literally take a bullet for any of them. I love them.
Well, I'm glad that you guys all got to that you get along with them because yes, there's definitely sometimes some tension and So, what about being a Big Brother fan? Finally getting into the house, what's going through your mind? Like you just walk in, you're looking around, there you see what the diary room actually is.
Did you poop your pantalones?
It's no one's like asked me that in any of the interviews that I've done. I'm like think back to that moment, and like now that I am, I'm like literally smiling like so big in my room by myself. But it is the best. It was the best feeling ever to like. Well, here's the other thing that I didn't know because oh my gosh, I didn't do enough research, but I didn't know that the first person who enters the house has never won before. That's like an urban legend, like
kind of like didn't know that either.
No, neither did I.
So I entered the house first. Wish I would have not done that. But I entered the house first because I like literally just couldn't wait. Like they were like, "You can go in." I'm like, "I'm running in." Ran in, freaking out. It was so bright. It looked so new. It was just like, oh my gosh, seeing that huge tree is all I'll remember, and looking up and seeing how high the ceilings were and all the decor and just like, oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. It was so amazing.
Yeah,
I was
so
just
weird.
freaking out.
You guys had some cool things. You guys had what kind of games did you have this year? Because did you guys have chess or not? Because we only had chess. Oh
yeah, we had chess. Okay, we had chess and we had backgammon.
Okay, we didn't have backgammon or whatever that is.
And checkers we had too.
Oh, we only had chess. So I was like forced to learn chess. But Paul taught me chess, and then I ended up beating his butt.
Really?
It's really funny, but it's like it's like I'm like sitting there thinking,
and
like,
you won the biggest chess game of them all.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Anyways.
Yeah, chess was hard. I tried to learn and I couldn't.
No,
it was really tough.
It's not for me. No, thank you.
Yeah, and we had cornhole in the backyard.
Oh, that's so. What the heck? We didn't have.
I know. I guess we had more games than you guys.
Like
sorry.
From now on, you're gonna feel like this nostalgia. Maybe when someone moves into your house, you're gonna be like, "What the heck?"
Well, the first one, this first one that'll come up, the season 22, it's gonna hit you hard.
Unless you're in there,
you
never know. You could be back in there.
Unless you're in there, but otherwise,
oh my god, that would be amazing.
It'll be a really tough like pill to swallow. The new people.
No, but maybe some people handle it good. But I'm just saying, just expect to at least feel kind of some type of way because I was like, I'll be fine, and then I was like really sad. I was like, oh, but I want to do it again.
Yeah,
and then I did it again, and now I'm like, I want to do it again.
Well, and then it's seeing their excitement. You know what I mean? It's seeing their excitement going into the house, and you just feel that, wow, like that was me a year ago. You know, so
right.
It's really
no one's told me this yet, so I'm really soaking all this up right now. I'm like, okay, prepare. It's going to be a hard summer next year. Got it? Okay.
No, it might be okay. Like it's just a weird. I always text Rob, and I'm like, okay, like because I check out the house, and I'm like, it looks really freaking cool this year. Like,
yeah.
Anyways, so what's on your agenda now? Are you doing you guys all have an appearance soon, right?
Yeah, I've been doing a few appearances, which is so much fun and so freaking cool. Like, I'm just so honored that like people want to meet me. I'm like, I'm just me. Like, I'm literally just me. Like, I'm just like you. I'm a big fan of the show, and
it's weird. It's like, what are you?
Yeah. But it's cool, and I'm like, I actually love talking Big Brother with fans. It's like my favorite thing. I literally like the funny part about these meet and greets. I'm like, the security people, they're like, all right, like we got to move it along, and they're always yelling at me because I literally like just want to talk to everybody and actually like have a real conversation. I kind of go on and on and on. So that's like the toughest part about them is that they have to be short and that there's so many people that want to meet me, which is so weird. But it's so cool. It's insane. I mean, so I was in Kentucky yesterday. I just got back to New York, and I was in Nashville the day before. So I've literally just been like traveling
for the Big Brother appearances.
Yeah, and the guy who hired me, he's a club owner, and he hosted it in his club. And he's a major Big Brother fan, and we literally just talked about it for hours and hours and hours, and I never got sick of it. It was amazing.
That's so cool. I didn't know that you were like doing like a little tour thing. That's awesome.
This one just kind of worked out like that. But it was so much fun. It was amazing. And now I'm home with the fam. And we're gonna go to an engagement party tonight. So it's like, just balancing Big Brother life and family life and coming back to normal life. It's cool.
So I have a question for you, right?
Yes.
So, and this is actually not even Big Brother related. It's about
he's bummed now.
It's about dancing. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's about dancing.
Yes, dancing. Oh my God, Victor! If you were in that house, we would have been dancing together. I know it. You're Puerto Rican, right?
Yes, yo bailo salsa,
you got that
merengue,
flair, I'm sure.
bachata. Do you know how to dance those? By the way, you do.
Well, not really. I used to date a guy who's Puerto Rican, so he taught me a little bit. But
okay, fair enough.
I need some work.
But I was curious. Like, let's say Nicole wanted to be a dancer on Broadway, right? So, what is really the process for that? So, you go to the school, dancing school, and you start taking. After you finish with that, you take even more like different styles of dancing classes and like acting class. Like, how does that work?
It's not something that I'm trying to do, by the way.
No.
Oh my God.
He just used me as an example, just so everybody knows you're like Nicole's trying to get on Broadway.
No, because I'm just saying because it just seems like you have to have so many different skill sets, right? Broadway is not just dancing and it's not just acting.
No, it's true.
And so how do you train for that? And how does one like start? Okay, now I'm going to audition for Broadway. Like, how does that happen?
It's true because, funny enough, I always say when I first started auditioning, I would raise my hand because I'm a gymnast also. So they would always ask at the end of auditions, does anyone in the room tumble? And I would raise my hand and like two other people would. Now when you go to an audition and they ask, does anyone tumble? The whole entire room raises their hand. They all do. So it's getting harder and harder. It's like being a triple threat used to be a big deal. A triple threat is someone that sings, dances, and acts. It used to be a big deal to be a triple threat. So, like back in the day, people would just be singers or just be dancers or, whatever. Now you need to be able to do everything. You have to be able to tumble, play an instrument, speak in accents. Like it is getting tougher and tougher and tougher. So my biggest advice is I always say that if you have a dream to be on Broadway, to be a performer, an actor, whatever it is, then if you are willing to fight for it, and if you're willing to do the work, and the work is not just in your skill set, it's also in your person and your confidence. But if you're willing to do that, then I believe that you can make that happen. There's nothing more to it. It's very simple. It's hard work, but it can happen. It's just going to take a while. I think that like the biggest thing for me was, I didn't go to college. Right after high school, I started auditioning. And for a while, I would compare myself to other people in the room. And it wasn't until I realized that I'm unique. I'm unique because what makes Tommy different is that I have this accent. I have this New York, swag about me. New York, whatever. I'm a New Yorker, and
I couldn't tell.
I'm sure. Like, these are things I know. These are things that make me different and make me special. And instead of trying to be better than everybody else in the room, I started to embrace what made me different and what made me special. And once I learned to highlight that and run towards the things that made me different, I started to book more work. And I believe that is true for everybody. I think that every single person has something that makes them unique. And I think that being a successful performer is learning what makes you unique and learning to highlight that when you go into the room and being proud of it, being proud of the things that make you different. So I know it's a little corny, but it's really the best advice.
And it's good. That's good advice to getting on Big Brother too. It's just like, I just tell people, highlight your weirdness and just run with it.
Yeah, I mean, be yourself.
I was just like weird from the get-go, and they're just like, yeah, okay, this is the weird girl. We got her.
Right. No, that's amazing. That's exactly right. It doesn't just go for Broadway. It goes for everything. Yeah. Literally, you can apply that to everything in life, but especially Big Brother too. That it's so true. So, yeah.
So Nicole and I are always advocating for mental health and getting the awareness out there. And I just wanted you guys to know that BetterHelp is there for you. So if there's something that interferes with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals, BetterHelp can help with that. They have licensed professional counselors who specialize in depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleeping, self-esteem, and grief. And anything you share is confidential. There's 3,000 U.S. licensed therapists across all 50 states, and they're available worldwide. They can communicate via text, chat, phone, and video, and you can start communicating in under 24 hours. They're available on desktop, mobile web, Android, and iOS apps. And they have broad expertise in the network, which may not be locally available in many areas. Financial aid is available for those who qualify, and it's secure, convenient, professional, and affordable. Best of all, Coco Caliente listeners get 10% off your first month with discount code COCO. So why not get started today? Go to betterhelp.com/COCO. Simply fill out the questionnaire to help them assess your needs and get matched with a counselor you'll love. That's betterhelp.com/COCO.
While in the, okay, now I'm switching it to Big Brother.
Go ahead.
While in the house, okay, so I kind of want to get to like when Mickey Jackson, whatever you guys called him, was basically telling a lot lies about the big lie that kind of got you out of the house.
Yeah.
It was such a heartbreaking moment to watch because we all knew what he was doing. It was a great game move.
Great game move.
And it's really crazy that you respected it. Like, I loved you so much more when you were just like, I mean, he had to do what he had to do. I'm not going to hold it against him. But how hard was it just to sit there and, like, you're trying to convince? I don't know. Just tell me how you were feeling in that moment.
No, well, it's so interesting because I'm actually so glad. Like, I love talking about this because I know that you guys know this. What happens on the TV show versus what happens in the house is, because Big Brother is live. You have the live feeds. Like, the audience of America really does get to see a lot of what goes on, but that's not always the case. Right. And in this case, they cut the feeds when the argument started. So America didn't really see what really happened. And there was a little more to it than what people know. So what happened was we start the house meeting and we have the argument. It goes on for about an hour. It's a long time. And Nicole and Cliff afterwards come up to me and they grab my arm separately, not together. So they both came up to me individually right after the argument and they said, I believe you. We're going to go upstairs and we're going to talk, but don't worry, I believe you. They go upstairs and talk for like another 45 minutes, whatever. They come back down and they pull me aside and they say, we're going to keep you. We love you. We know that you're telling the truth. We want to work with you. Yeah. And I was crying. Nicole was like getting emotional. It was like, it was set in stone. You're getting kept. And it was the best. I was so freaking happy. Right. And I was so ready. I would have died by those two if they did decide to pick me. I am that kind of person. Yeah. They came up with Jackson said, like, Tommy came to me and I said, why would I do that before the votes? That doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't I, if I was going to plan on doing that, teaming up with you, Jackson, after Nicole and Cliff keep me, wouldn't I reveal that to you after they vote to keep me? Why would I chance that? It doesn't make sense.
Right.
So they really did believe me.
Right. So you had them convinced. Yeah.
I had them convinced. And then Nicole and Cliff, because they have such integrity, they said, we want to just give them we want to just talk to them and tell them the truth. We want to be open and tell them where our head's at. We don't want them to be blindsided. So they went into the bathroom and they were planning to tell Holly and Jackson.
This was the day of, I think I saw, right?
This was 45 minutes before the episode started.
Yes.
So it was like last minute. It was actually like a half hour, I think, before the episode started. So now another blow up starts in the bathroom, and Jackson's just trying to guilt Nicole and Cliff into changing their minds again. Like, I can't believe you would do this. America is seeing that you guys are breaking your promise, and they're all going to judge you, and you're going to get out of here, and it's going to be hard for you. Saying all that stuff. And I'm listening, but I'm not getting involved because in my mind, I'm being kept. I don't need to get involved with this. This is not my fight to get involved with.
Is that why you just went and sat in the seats? Did you just think you were going to be good still?
Yes, because I was like, they just told me I'm good.
I saw you sitting in the seats, so I was like, does he know I didn't know if you knew. Oh my gosh, it's so hard.
So this is in the bathroom where they're fighting, and I went and got involved a little bit, but it seemed like Nicole and Cliff were like, no, sorry, we're keeping Tommy. They just kept saying it. And so I didn't think I needed to keep fighting because I get out of the house and everyone is like, why didn't you keep fighting? Why did you give up? I really didn't give up. I just thought that I was being kept. Sometimes getting involved
makes things worse. I know what you mean. It's like, just stay out of the fire.
I was like, I was like, they're already keeping me. I don't need to say anymore. So finally, now this fight goes on in the bathroom. It started a half hour before the episode started. Now we're 20 minutes into the episode. So it's been a 50-minute fight.
Oh my
And the producers come on in the house and they say, guys, you need to go sit down in the living room immediately. We're starting the live voting. You're out of time.
Wow.
Enough. So that's when I went and sat in the seats.
Were you guys not sitting when they were running the what are they called, segments?
They didn't. No, we weren't. That's why.
Oh my God, that's never happened in all the times of me being on Big Brother.
That happened to us all the time. Literally all the time that would happen.
Oh my
But it happened again, and that's what we didn't do a sound check. We didn't do anything this time. It was literally
because that's good footage for them. They're just like, I need this footage.
Right. So then that's why I sat down because that we were we were out of time. And in that moment, Holly went to them and said, I will not only throw the HOH, but I will throw the veto. And it was that. And then just kind of they did one more last push. And for whatever reason, Nicole and Cliff decided to change their minds. I haven't finished watching the season, but I've heard that Cliff was the one that pushed Nicole to switch. So it was in that moment that I was sitting in the seats in the eviction chair. I'm still thinking I'm being kept. And I see Nicole and Cliff go to Jackson and whisper something. And then I see them go to the other side of the house, whisper something to Holly. And I realized that they just changed their minds literally 1 minute before the live eviction.
It's so
there was so much more to it than what people saw. And I'm like, oh my God, of all times for you guys to cut the feeds, like now my legacy is that I got out on this big fat lie, but there was so much more detail and it's so much more interesting what actually happened. And it's actually even more amazing what Jackson did. I think that it's incredible. I really do. But I like my pride, like my ego's a little hurt that sometimes people say you gave up, you didn't fight hard enough.
I never got that gist. I got the gist that Nicole wanted to keep you from what I didn't watch feeds this year or anything, but Nicole wanted to keep you. Cliff wanted to keep Holly because he was really trusting Jackson. And so even if Nicole went against Cliff, it seemed like Jackson was HOH, he would break the tie. So really Nicole had no power. So that's what it felt like for me as a viewer, was even if she wanted to keep you, it was like convincing Cliff was a very difficult thing to do. The whole time he was so iffy, but I feel like if you got a chance to get rid of a showmance, you got to go for it, or a duo or anything. I totally get it, but it was
you know what it was too? Cliff and I were playing very similar games, and we kind of saw each other as major threats right from the get-go. We were both like the fun guy who just got along with everybody, like despite the fact that we couldn't be more different. on the outside. Like, I'm short, accent, gay, Italian. He's Southern, older. We literally couldn't be more different, but we actually play very similarly. And I think that's why we saw each other as a major threat right from the beginning. And so I think that's part of the reason why he was hesitant to jump on board with me.
That's like a really
and I totally
good point.
understand that.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I feel like you get into the house and you have your unspoken targets, but you don't speak about it, but you know who is your threat and who could potentially play the best game. Like in 16, Derek wanted me out like week 2, but I accidentally won the HOH. Thank God. I didn't know till watching it back, but he's just like, I knew the potential you had. And, but it's weird because I would just sit there and I'd be like, okay, this person is playing my game. They have to go, but I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to get on the bandwagon when everybody else wants it. It's so, it's weird though, because you just know in your head that, I don't know. You have no other reason besides your gut feeling that they're going to...
You know that they're playing a very similar game to you, and so you see right through it, and you're like, you fear it.
Like, even though Victor was a big threat with his competitions, he was never someone that I was like, I want him out, because we were playing completely different games. I knew I could kind of like maybe talk him into saving me if I needed to. It was more like a shield for me. But then all the guys that saw him as the same as them were like, he's got to go. It's just, that's a good point, Tommy. We never talked about it, because you just see what you want on the show. Like, someone does something and you're like, okay, now they're a target. But you are waiting for them to do something to make themselves a target. You're just like, come on.
100%.
Come on.
For me, it was Cliff and Sam. I feel like they were both and Kat. The three of them, we were playing really similar games in that we were just getting along with everybody. It was the social game it was about. It was about the social game for us. So that I saw them as major threats right from the get-go. And they were my targets. Like, even Jackson. Jackson is a major competitor, but he wasn't on my list, really.
Yes, exactly. How was Jury House? How long were you in there? You weren't in there
I was in the jury house for 1 week. It was the perfect time. It was literally perfect. I got to go to the jury house with my best friends. It was literally perfect. I was so happy.
Was everybody getting along and stuff? Was everyone friends at that point in the jury house?
Yeah, everyone was. It was really great.
That makes it a good experience.
Yeah, because it can be either or, I feel like.
Yeah, I heard that. It wasn't the same in all the other, in a lot of the
16 was awesome. Everyone got along. And then I didn't go to 18 Jury House, but Vic did you go for like a day, Vic?
I went for one night. I think.
You got 5th, right?
Yeah, we got the same place, actually.
Right.
So how was he in there
So you were there for a week also, right?
No, I was only there for a day.
How come?
Ah, shit.
I wonder
why. I don't know how it worked out that way, but I was only there for a day.
Did you guys get stuck in a hotel room for 7 days, Tommy?
Afterwards, because right after I was there for a week, and then we went to film the round table, like the segment with Dr. Will, and then right after that we go back into sequester for a few days.
Yeah, I was only there. I spent one night there, and then I was.
That's crazy.
You guys didn't have a jury buyback either this season, right? No, you just had Camp Comeback. So I don't know and then the double eviction took forever to come. I wasn't sure what kind of twists were going to happen. It was just
that double eviction was so scary because we were just waiting for it and literally basing game decisions on the fact that we thought the double eviction would come, and it wouldn't. It just never came. Sure. We were like, oh my God, this is horrible.
And then it was you and Christie on double eviction night. So did you know that Christie was leaving instead of you?
No, I didn't at first until Nicole told me.
Oh, okay.
But at that point, I was like, at that point, the double's so quick that there's no point in lying. I feel like once you pull the plug and say you're going on the block, like there's no point in keeping secrets. Really, is kind of how I felt. So I did believe her when she said to me, "You're not the target, but you're going to go on the block." And I was like, okay, here we go. Just got played.
I know I know what that feels like, for sure.
Yeah, it was like
double eviction night is scary. When Julie comes on and says that, you're just like, all right, I'm going to leave now. I'm just going to go to the other room.
I know.
Can we just fast forward? So what's in your future? You talked about, getting back into the acting, into the Broadway, doing some appearances. You're wanting to propel your career. So what are you hoping, to use this adrenaline with Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know.
We understand 100%. What you're saying, baby.
No, that totally makes sense. I don't know, honestly. Like I have to figure it out. It's kind of crazy, but
okay.
I want to be picky about the things that I do.
That's good.
And I want to make sure that I mean, Big Brother was my favorite thing that I've ever done in my life. It was the best experience I've ever had. But that can't be all it is. Like, right. I can't just live on this one experience that happened in the past. Like, I have to find other things that make me happy, that make me feel as complete and fulfilled as Big Brother did. And I know it's going to be hard to do that, but that's what I want to do. I want to fight to find something that I feel as passionate about as I do about Big Brother.
No, for sure. I totally get that.
No, yeah, dude.
And it's good to not like sit there and kind of wait for the next experience like some people do, because it will come whether you're waiting for it or not, or it won't come, whether, you sitting there just like waiting, okay, what's next?
And you can create your opportunity.
Yes,
you know what I mean? It's not just like, oh, they're going to call me back. It might not even be that. It could be something else.
It could be a different show.
It could be just a different job. It could be a different Broadway job. If you just sit 100%. Around and wait for Big Brother or CBS or somebody to call you, it's like, that might not work. You might have to get out there.
I can't say that it'll ever
I think
happen.
Tommy would go. I do think that you'll go back. I do. I just want you to make sure that like what worked best for me was being back to myself, and then opportunities just kind of came. Everything that's meant to happen will happen. It's just having the best attitude and being positive and being the best version of yourself between those opportunities helps tremendously.
Yeah, so, I could totally see that. How was going back in the house for you?
It was a completely different experience. I just couldn't believe how different it was. Right when I walked in, the first summer I went in, it was like the best summer of my life, I would have said. It was like some kind of like the best, what is it?
Summer camp.
Summer camp, yeah. Summer camp, so fun. And then I was expecting that again. Oh my God, no. It was complete opposite. I was looking around for familiar faces. I didn't know anyone. I had oh my gosh, Tommy, it was not the same. And
wow.
But,
I will say you went with a different mindset though. The first time you were just like, oh, I'm just going to be myself. Yeah. It's going to be fun. The second time you're like, no, I'm here to win. I already did this like that the first time.
I was just like, I'm just happy to be here and I don't want to be the first one out.
Exactly.
Okay, so, and then the second time I'm like, okay, I got something to prove. They brought me back for a reason. Let's do this. And so I had to fight a lot harder. It was mentally, emotionally, and physically draining. I did have a better strategy. And it just was the overall complete opposite experience, where the first time I was like, loved Top 3 America's Favorite, like you. And the second time, it's not that I had like people hating on me or anything, but I was all of a sudden a snake. And I'm just like, I'm a snake.
I loved both. I loved both of you on your seasons, but I loved you on both seasons. Yeah. Nicole, I really did. My family, you are the favorite in my whole entire house. Like my whole entire family was obsessed with you.
That is sweet.
That's nice. Yeah, so it was just complete opposite. So I think when you go if you go back in, you'll just know that it could be better, or it's always going to be awesome, but it could just be a little different.
It's going to just be different. Yeah. I don't know how I would play. I feel like I I showed all my cards. I'm like, how the hell would I play now at this point? How could I change it?
Just you have to show yourself as not a threat. That's it. And you get along so well with everybody that I think that would be easy. I definitely think that if you were in the house, you would have nothing to worry about. Me, on the other hand, I'd have a lot to worry about. Not because I won, but just
that's exactly why.
No,
that's exactly
why. It's not why.
Be like, she already won. Get her out.
No. Yeah.
And I said that. I said something similar to that. She already played. She get out. And
no, that's
I got
not
out
why.
3 times.
I just think that I don't know. People. Whatever. If Derek's in the house, he'll be the first target, so everybody can just chill.
Yeah, right. Put him back in with you.
Yeah, because he's never sat on the block, so we'll put his butt up. No, I'm just teasing.
I know. Isn't that crazy? That's amazing.
It is.
So, Tommy, I have a question for you.
Ask away.
Not Big Brother related.
Great.
So is Tommy single? Is Tommy looking? Is he taken?
Is he? Why do you ask it now? Yes, I'm single, and it's good. I'm happy. I feel really content and just happy with the way that things are going right now. And it's kind of the last thing on my mind, but I'm okay with that.
Have you gotten a bunch of love letters or maybe a wedding request, marriage request, or anything like that?
I get attention from all different kinds of people, and it's really, really flattering and weird, but cool. It's amazing. It really is. It's so cool. But I feel like I just have to focus on my career right now.
Yeah. It'll happen.
That's fair.
It'll happen or it won't, and that's okay too. Like, who knows? I'm okay either way. I feel very fulfilled based on like the relationships that I already have in my life, my family, my best friends. Like, I'm good. I'm happy. So, if I would love to fall in love, who wouldn't? But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm not going to push for it right now.
And another question. So your family's Italian, right?
Yeah.
What part of Italy are they from?
Sicily, which I've been to. It's amazing.
Sicilia.
Oh my gosh. Sicilia, sì.
Parla italiano?
Un po'. Not too much. Just a little bit.
Io parlo poco italiano. Io vivio in Sicilia.
I don't know what you just said.
I lived in Sicily for 5 years.
You did?
Well, I lived in Sicily for 3 years, and I lived in Sardinia off the coast of... I lived in La Maddalena off the coast of Sardinia for 2 years.
I need to hang out with you and just, like, hear about your life.
Yeah,
I feel like your crazy stories.
Where in Sicily is your family from?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know offhand, no.
Well, to find out, I lived around... I've been around... Sicily a lot, obviously. I lived there for a while.
Wow.
And when Mount Etna erupted back in, I think it was like 2002, it started erupting again and did a bunch of stuff. I lived over there during that time. It was pretty crazy. And I went up to the volcano. Yeah. So it was good times. Took a road trip from Sicily to Rome and all that. And so...
Oh my God, that's amazing. I'm going to find out right now where we're from. Hold on one second. Mom! Where are we from in Sicily?
That's awesome.
Oh, she doesn't know either.
Well,
my dad said the Bracco's up for Palermo.
Oh, Palermo. Yeah.
Palermo.
I used to go to Palermo. Yeah.
Yeah, I flew into Palermo when we did like a whole Sicily tour. It was so fun, so nice, and I flew into there. I don't like Palermo that much. It's like a weird city, you know.
Well, that's cool. We got at least a little bit in common there, so that's nice.
Yeah, I can't believe you lived there for so many years. That's so cool. Why did you live there? I want to know. I have so many questions, but I don't know if I should be asking that right now.
No, you're good. My dad was in the Navy, and he got stationed in Sicily, and so that was one of the places, and so we traveled a lot around that area. So,
oh my God, that's so amazing! I want to live in Italy for a little bit. I really do. That's another dream of mine.
Do it.
I love Rome. I love Rome so much.
Yeah. It's good times.
It's so perfect. The food, the people, the culture, the language. I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah, that's one of the places I want to take Nicole actually to go visit. But right now we're planning to go to our honeymoon in Greece. We want to go to Santorini.
Yay!
Yeah. So.
Oh my gosh!
That's
we have to get on that.
Yeah, we got to get the ball rolling on that.
We're pretty slow on that.
Wait, did you guys get married yet? I should know this. I'm sorry.
We're getting married next year sometime.
We're getting married next year sometime. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's so great. I love you guys. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So Tommy, any last words for your fan listeners out there? Anybody that's listening to you right now?
Like one big message that I like to say to the fans out there is that, I keep coming back to, I think about all the years that I had tried out to be on the show and how hard I fought and how much I wanted it and how now that it's happened, it was the best thing I've ever done. It was my favorite thing I've ever done in my life, and it exceeded every expectation I had. It made all of my dreams come true. And I just think that if you, like I like to say to the fans, if you have a dream of being on the show, then fight for it and don't give up. I literally went 4, 5, 6 times. I forget how many. I literally don't even remember how many times, but I went year after year and kept getting no. And then when it was right, when I fit the piece of it, when I fit the puzzle piece, I got on, and it was the coolest thing ever. So I hope that everyone that has a dream of being on the show fights for it, and that that they get on one day.
I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to play with you. Talking to you, you're so awesome. We would have been best friends in the house.
I would have loved that. No, I'm not even kidding. Like, my whole entire family, like the whole, not just like my immediate family, like the whole big Italian family was all obsessed with both of you, but Nicole, especially you, your voice. Like, everyone was obsessed with you. They were like,
that's good.
We love her. Oh my God. My father, like, when I told him that I was calling you guys or whatever, he was like, "You're talking to Nicole? No, she was the first. I watched her the first season that I watched. She's amazing."
Oh, that's
Tell
cool.
him I said, hey.
I will.
I would love to like hang out with you guys sometime. I know you guys would be so fun to get together with. If we're ever in the area.
Yeah, I know. Where do you guys live?
Michigan.
Michigan.
Wow, Michigan.
I know, Michigan.
Oh my gosh,
So
crazy.
Yeah. So we're not too far from you.
But you both aren't from Michigan, correct?
Right. He's from Louisiana. He moved to Michigan.
Yeah, we have a house here.
But you're from Michigan, Nicole?
Yeah, I've lived here my whole life.
Oh, I thought that you were from somewhere else. Got it. Sorry. Amazing. Oh, that's so nice. That's great. Well, you guys are amazing. If I'm ever in Michigan, I'm calling you both.
Yeah.
Anytime. You're more than welcome. Thank you so much, Tommy, for being on the show. We really appreciate you, and we really wish you the best.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, BB fam. I hope our paths cross one day. I hope I get to meet you guys in person.
Same here. Have fun tonight at
your
party. You guys
are amazing. Thank you so much. Thanks. I hope you guys have a great night. I hope I get to talk to you soon. Thank you. Thanks for thinking of me and having me on the podcast. That's so cool.
Anytime. All right.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right.
Bye,
Take care,
Tommy.
guys. You're both amazing. Thank you.
You are too. Bye.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed that podcast with Tommy.
As much as we did.
Yeah.
Are you talking or am I talking?
You are.
All right, I'll go ahead. So, as always, we really, 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 really appreciate you guys so much. And I'll use my most soothing voice. We love you. We thank you. And we really appreciate you. And therefore, we're going to read our reviews now because we love you so much. Go ahead, baby.
Mine's from Chandler Renee, a staple part of my self-care routine, 5 stars. Nick and Vic, I have been a fan... Okay. Nick and Vic, I have been a fan since your Big Brother days. BB super fan here, but have recently discovered this podcast and have binged through them all in an embarrassingly short amount of time. I work nights as a respiratory therapist, and listening to this podcast every day while I'm doing my makeup before work gives me that extra pep in my step that I need at the start of my day. Y'all have been such a positive presence in my life ever since I started listening, and for that I am thankful. Thank you for being relatable, authentic, and unapologetically yourselves. Sending love from Texas.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you.
Everything's bigger in Texas, and so is the love, so we appreciate it. Love this podcast by BB Super Van. 5 stars. First, I loved you both on BB. This podcast makes me happy. It is inspiring to see a couple love and truly respect each other. Is that us? You are 2 beautiful people, and I wish you much success. And I wish you much success. Jeez.
I know, I was having trouble too.
Your podcast is so relaxing to listen to. It is much different than some of the others I listen to. Not only do you respect yourself, you respect your guests. You allow them to talk and be heard. I love the Spanish word of the day. Keep up all the good work and keep making us happy listening.
Thank you so much. I love that.
Really appreciate it. We do our best and we really try.
Sometimes I might get excited and pipe in here or there, but we do try to let them talk.
No, and
make them feel comfortable, because there's nothing worse than going on someone's podcast and being like, wow, I feel like I was just grilled.
Yeah, it's about having a conversation.
Yeah.
We don't want, I don't like the...
There is Q&A, like basic style.
Yeah.
Without you, though, Victor, I will admit you really helped the conversation flow. If it was just me, like... with a stranger, it might be Q&A style because I might like freeze.
Well, and that's why we feed off each other so well, right?
But if I'm comfortable, man, we can just have a conversation.
Yeah, well, I'm enjoying a beer right now, Sam Adams Cherry Wheat. So it's either a cup of Joe or a cup of brew. So there's that. But anyways, don't forget to review, rate, and subscribe. The easiest way to do it is on the little yellow purple app on your phone. That's the podcast app by Apple. You can listen to this anywhere you listen to podcasts: Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher. You can always listen at www.cococaliente.com. www.cococalientepodcast.com.
Podcast.com.
Dang it. www.cococalientepodcast.com. You can also check out our merchandise. New stuff coming soon. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Coco Caliente Podcast on Instagram and at Coco Caliente Pod on Twitter. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.